All right, bit of a rough start today on the live stream. Having some technical issues all over the place, actually. Not even just like small ones, but large ones. Large technical issues. Whew. Okay. Let us make sure that we can hear things and make sure that the audio is right. Whew. What is up, Ramsey? Oh, emoji, you're so close. Yeah, let me back to monitoring. Okay. What is up, Ramsey, emoji, Jose, Richard, everybody, Larry? How is it going, guys? I don't know if I did anybody accidentally see the like messed up camera display capture stream that I accidentally did? Because I was messed up and accidentally went live, supposed to be private. It was actually unlisted. And some people, I guess, had the links. So, yeah. Whoops. So, what was supposed to happen today was supposed to be a live stream where I used a capture card. And I recorded a video this morning talking about this, but there's a part 2 to the saga. And you'll hear the part 1. Or you'll hear the part 2, and the part 1 is from the video that I filmed this morning. I got a capture card. And the dream was to use this capture card so that I could film from here and watch the live stream, or like live stream directly from this, because I hate this Mac FaceTime camera. The problem is that I have a Mac, and that Mac does not play well with this plus OBS, and I didn't have time to figure it out. I had a different capture card yesterday, tried to figure it out. That one definitely doesn't work. So I had to return it, then got this one. What can you do? So yeah. Hello, Kristen. What is up, Larry? Larry, you saw it. Damn it. Damn it. Johnny Manziel just signed with the Bears. Is that a fact? See, this is the great part about live streams. I can fact check this. Johnny Manziel, you say? Arrest? He's getting arrested on domestic violence charges, it looks like. I don't think he's signed anywhere. What's going on? Twitch. Chris, what are you talking about? It's just a picture on the screen right now. What's up, Chris? Is the stream not running through the stream? It looks like it is on my developers, like on my dashboard. Let me look. I'll pull it up on my phone. This way, I don't know if you guys are trolling me or not. Yeah, emoji, it's working for me. Marios, yes. Questions soon. Let me make sure my stream is working. Yeah, dude. My stream is on my phone going through. Emoji, what are you trying to watch on? Or are you trolling me? Because that's a possibility too. So, Adrian. All right, let's see. Jose, can you see me? Just got a React Native I can't read. I just got a React Native developer position. Joseph, that's awesome. That is awesome. Are you working at a company that makes a single product, or is it like an agency? Congratulations on that, my man. Go ahead and pepper me with some questions, Marios. Ramsey. Ramsey's in the chat. What's up, Adrian? Everything, yeah, that's what I thought, Larry. Thanks, man. So weird. Oh, yeah, Tyler. I know you're, I knew that screen name. What's up, Ty? When am I getting out of beta? Never. That's like the point of this channel. I feel like somebody asks about this fairly regularly. And so for the people who have heard this little story, I'm sorry, but in beta persona thing is basically, you know, you're always working towards to be better, like your final stage, like trying to get to Super Saiyan or whatever it is, right? Dragon Ball Z reference for my nerds out there. And so I'm going to stop monitoring myself because I feel like it's messing with my speech. So you're always working towards the next thing and it's never really final. Like I never feel like I'm a complete person. Like I always want to try to be better and grow out of that. So it's always in beta. Always in beta. Was the title of your first job junior dev or just front-end dev? The title of my first job was web developer. Just straight up web developer, no junior, nothing like that. The company that I worked for didn't have those designations at the time. Now they implemented them right before I left that job or was let go. And they, they started doing like junior, mid, senior with a really weird rubric. Like they had an actual, like, yeah. Anyways, so that was something they were implementing towards the end. The job that I have now is it doesn't have junior in the name either. Although I'm also not, like my title now is different. So depending upon who you ask, I'm either a solutions architect or a pre-sales engineer, both of which aren't like I'm not 100% full-time dev now. I do dev work, but I do other things too and hold other hats. Yes at Book Cameo. How do you like working from home? So I don't always work from home. I work from home more often than not recently, and I like it. I like going into an office. I don't love going into open offices. Like I like to have a bit of a private workspace when I'm coding, and the big reason for that, it's kind of a silly reason, but I am an extrovert. I'm a social person. So when I get stuck in an open office with other social people, I can easily get distracted and easily not get work done because I talk too much. So it's nice to be able to work from home on days that I really, really have to grind work out because then there's nobody else around. Like it's just me and my cat. My wife is at work at her job because she has to go into her office. And so I can like really focus. It used to be the exact opposite. At my other job, my first job, there were private spaces. So I could go in there and like head down grind. And when I would work from home, it would be harder for me to get stuff done because I'd have 1,000 distractions. But at this new job, I have so much to do that I don't have time to be distracted. And it's easier to say no to the TV than to like someone who you consider your friend at work who wants to talk to you. Does GPA count on getting a web developer job or just the skills? My guess, I didn't go to college for this, but my guess is the employer wouldn't necessarily ask for your GPA. They want to see results, and GPA doesn't. I mean, like, you're getting a GPA because you also took biology and like social science classes and stuff like that. They don't care about that. Maybe your major GPA they might ask, especially if it's an internship maybe. But I feel like the tech scene and development specifically is much more results driven than like GPA, like if you're law score, med score, whatever. In my role, are you front end, back end, or both? So I am mostly a front end dev. I do a lot of front end work. I do have to play around in Node a bit. We do a lot of data stuff with Node. So I've had to learn a bit of Node. And I just bought a Python course that I'm super excited about. There'll be videos coming soon for that. Do you find that many developers do not have a really good command of CSS? Yes, I do. I think CSS is one of those things. I talked about this in my last stream. CSS is one of those things that a lot of people have a basic understanding of, and they fumble through it a lot, and then until they get results and they don't think about it. I'm that way. I'm getting better. I just keep throwing margin and padding on stuff until it looks right. But that's not really the way to do it with CSS. And there's probably 1,000 more, how do you say it, like elegant solutions to problems that people just write crappy CSS to fix. It's one of those things that people overlook because it's not a programming language. So what type of React apps did you have in your portfolio to get your dev job? So not, do I know you? Okay, so Nigel, your profile picture looks exactly like someone else's profile picture who I like know in real life. So I was going to be really upset if you came into my chat to troll me, but we're good, Nigel. We're good. So my original portfolio had no React apps because I learned Angular 1 in my boot camp. So there were two different big projects that I had in my portfolio, and then a couple smaller ones. The smaller ones were like a list. It was a to-do app with like a Google Maps integration, and it integrated with local storage, so it like permeated through sessions but didn't have a login. And then another smaller app, we did a memory game. Like you click a card and you click another card, and if they match, they stay, and if not, they flip back over. Then I had a storefront, like an e-commerce front-end website that was integrated with a backend that I didn't build, but I built the front end that was, it used the Spotify API to where you could search for individual songs and add them to a playlist. And the gimmick of the e-commerce site was that you would make these playlists, and then we would make a mixtape out of it, like an actual like cassette tape, and then mail it to you. It was called Mixtapes Over Playlists. And if you want to start a business with me, I'll start that with you. And then my big project was my final project at the Iron Yard, and it was an Angular app with a React backend that was built mobile first. It wasn't a mobile app, but it was meant to work really well on mobile phones. And it was called Watch Party, and it's basically an app, a social networking app for people watching live TV and DVR TV at different times to interact based around the TV show or live event that they're watching. So it used a lot of WebSocket stuff, and it was a good time. Let's see. Learning Node.js and getting into APIs. Node is super powerful and fun to work with because it's JavaScript and I know it. So it's not like I tried to learn Ruby and Rails. I tried to learn Ruby, and I tried to learn Ruby on Rails, and it's just a whole different world. Like it's so much easier, but I miss the like convoluted bit of JavaScript, I guess. I don't know. Is Durham a good place to live? Are there lots of tech jobs there? Yeah, dude. Durham, Raleigh, Cary, like this whole triangle area of North Carolina is a tech hub, like a major tech hub. There are a ton of jobs. There's a ton of startups. There's a ton of big companies. We have Lenovo, IBM, Citrix, Cisco. Amazon has a hub down here, not like a big hub, but they are investing here. What are the other big companies around here? Yeah, and then there's startups galore. So can you suggest some projects with vanilla JavaScript? Marios, check out JavaScript 30 by Wes Bos. It's a 30-day vanilla JavaScript challenge where you build a project every day, like an individual project. It's an amazing course. It's completely free. Check it out. I usually link it in my videos. So if you look at one of my older videos, it's usually linked in there. CSS can feel like a bottomless pit. Absolutely. It's like not the easiest thing to master. It's also not the easiest thing to get basically done. Like it's not easy. Let me see. Let me use my new OBS powers and see if I can find this. Some of my favorite coding memes are CSS memes. So let me see if I can make this happen. Yes. Bam. Debugging CSS. Feels like that GIF right there. Oh no, I exited out of my chat. Not a smart move. So yeah, I'm going to let Peter Griffin play in front of my face until I get my chat back up. And bam. Nope, wrong one. Bam. Back at it. See, look at this. Look at this. We're like a professional streamer now. We've got windows and it's crazy. I know HTML, CSS, and a bit of JavaScript. What should I pursue next to be a good front-end developer? You should learn a lot more bits of JavaScript. JavaScript's the key. Making JavaScript your friend instead of your enemy is the key to being a good front-end developer. You'll want to pick up probably a front-end framework at some point, a JavaScript framework, something like React or Angular or Vue, and just become a total BA at JavaScript, man. Some people are just good with CSS and some just can't get it. I've known some super smart programmers who just can't get their heads around CSS. I'm going to be honest with you, Richard. I don't think it's that they can't get their head around it. I think that they don't take it seriously enough and don't care. Like CSS it has complicated bits. But I refuse to believe that somebody who knows like Java or C can't learn CSS. Like, come on now. They're just not trying. That's all it is. I honestly feel that way. Amber, dude, I love your channel. I love these live streams. Super glad you're joining. Well, Amber, I appreciate you coming out, showing out, saying what's up. And yeah, so we're doing these once a week. Even if my stupid capture card situation doesn't work out, I really wanted that to work, but you know. I know, Tyler, see, I wasn't going to say a to-do app. I was going to find a better way to say it, but I couldn't. Yeah, everybody tells you to make to-do apps and they're boring as hell once you make your first one. There was a Google Maps integration. That's super cool, right? I don't know. How long were you learning before you applied? Because I've been learning for about going on 1.5 years, but I have a problem with imposter syndrome. I had imposter syndrome too. I had been studying for about 3 months plus a little bit before that in pre-work, but I went to a boot camp. So there's like a defined date, right? You graduate the boot camp, you go apply to jobs. That makes it really easy. I have a video where I talk about this at one point too. It's not easy to know when to apply if you're self-taught because there's not a day that you get your degree or a day that you get your certificate. So when are you a developer and when are you ready? It's hard to tell. But everybody feels like an imposter. Like I got a piece of paper that said I went to a boot camp and I learned how to be a programmer. It didn't make me feel like I was. It didn't make me feel a lot better when reading like job descriptions that wanted 3 years of experience, right? But what I will tell you is that 3 years of experience on a job description doesn't inherently mean 3 years of experience. People who are writing those are not the people who are going to be hiring you. Yeah, I would suggest if you feel at all like you're ready to apply to a few places, write dope cover letters, make sure your resume is on point, make sure your portfolio is on point, apply to places. And as soon as you hear back, start asking for feedback. What could I do to be a better candidate? You hear back and they say no. What could I do to be a better candidate in 6 months? And that way you get feedback for what the market in your area is looking for. What is up, Jenna? What is up, Jude? Thanks for coming out. Have you heard of Lambda schools? I would be interested to hear your opinion of it as someone who went through a boot camp and has been a developer for a little while now. Lambda school, I feel like people have mentioned it before. I have no personal connection to them. Let me see if I can get a new Chrome window. Is it like over the internet or is it not? Like, is it an in-person boot camp or is it e-commerce or like 30-week immersive program that gives you the tools and training you need to launch a new career? Oh yeah, so it's over the internet. Yeah, let me do some research. Reach out to me on like Twitter or Instagram and remind me, but I'll look it over and let you know what I think. Let's see. Oh yeah, SAS, Red Hat, Ramsey coming through with the good ones. What is up, man on the run? Hello, hello, all the way in Greece. Yes, Sass is there. That's a good point. Slam School is that course that spams all the groups on Facebook. Hello from Poland. What is up, Redzik? I work with people from Poland. Am I the only one not finding the GIF funny? I have no sense of humor. Tyler, it's okay. It's okay. The GIF is just CSS. It's actually painful. It's not really funny. Let's see. Did you have to do whiteboarding code challenges in interviews? I had to do one for my first job and then 2 different interviews when I was going for my second job. Like 2 different places had whiteboarding challenges. I also had one interview where I was sharing screens with somebody virtually, so they were somewhere else. I was at my house, and we had to code together over the internet. I had one of those for my first job and one of those for my second job, and they're annoying. They're not any fun, and it's intimidating, but I'm not sure what you mean by spamming. I see ads on Facebook, but I've not experienced any spamming. Yeah, I don't know. Lambda schools. I'll do my research on it, but yeah, make sure reach out on Twitter or Instagram, and I will hit you back. From your experience from interviews, was most of it code challenges or questions? My experience with interviews is that most of the time it's a good mix of like a bit of theoretical questions, like explain prototypical inheritance or explain the box model, things like that. Like there's an answer. It's like textbook question, and then here is this piece of code, fix it, or here is this piece of code, what's wrong with it, or we've wrote this much, finish it. That's typically what they are, or they're like blank slate pseudocode challenges where you say things like, if I had an iterator that was manipulating the DOM to make these like table rows show up, how would I tell it that every even row needs to be blue and every odd row needs to be white, and after every 10 there needs to be a border on the bottom? Things like that like you aren't writing real JavaScript on the whiteboard, you're pseudo-coding it essentially. That's usually what it is. People know that you aren't going to have memorized every like built-in function or method. You're not. Like that's what Google's there for, especially if you're a junior. Like you're never going to have all those things memorized. What they're asking you questions that in their mind is going to tell them what your mind is like and how you think about problems, and if you're trainable and teachable. Like working through problems together on a whiteboard interview, especially when you're a junior, is so much better than you just like going up there and knocking FizzBuzz out, right? Because it's like, it's just as much a like, is this person going to fit in here? Are they going to work well with this team? Coding is a big team exercise. So a sailor tat to complete the hipster look. Man, my I don't know, my style's all over the place. Like I'm wearing a Uniqlo t-shirt and some athletic shorts, my man. But yeah, I'm growing the beard out. My wife doesn't like it. I do. But it's what I like. I like the beard. I don't know, I'm going to Bonnaroo in a few months. I got to look like a hippie, right? If I had hair to grow, I'd grow my hair out long too. What is a quick way to start freelancing as full stack web developer? Mohammed, that's a good question. I don't freelance. I don't have a good answer for that. Although I do have a resource that I'm working through that I'm going to share with you guys pretty soon, probably about freelancing, because I want to get into it too. So I'm almost done with the front end course on Treehouse. I have an opportunity to intern this summer at a software company that does all C#. Is that worth it, do you think, or is it too much? I think an internship's an internship, and if that's if you want to get into software, and if you want to get into like the C# kind of world of software, it's probably a good opportunity. Is the company like cool? Like, is it a place you would enjoy working after school? Are you only taking it because you have it? Yeah. Are you wanting to do something completely different in programming? Like, do you want to do front-end web development as opposed to like working with C#? Or do you want to do mobile app development or game development? If you want to do something completely different, maybe it's not. Maybe keep looking. But if it's a good opportunity, it's a good opportunity, and I wouldn't turn it down. You can start locally, hit up family and friends or local restaurants. Yeah, that's what a lot of people say. Go hit up the coffee guy who has the crap website from 1997 still on GeoCities or whatever, and tell them that you're going to make them a site and you're going to charge them $300 or whatever it is. Let's see. I created with some friends a website for our college. Do you want to send it and check it out and maybe saw it on the live stream? So, how do I put this? I will look at it and I will also check it out and give you some feedback, but I'm not going to do it on the live stream, both to protect yourself and myself. Yeah, I don't really like show off my work too often. I don't want to show off somebody else's work. I don't think I'll ever not feel like an imposter. Been in dev for many years. Yeah, dude. I mean, like, I've been doing it for a year and a half, and I still have days where I think, there's absolutely no way where I'm going to be able to pull this off. There's still days like that all the time, as a matter of fact. I made the mistake, by the way, of filling out like information for loans, like mortgages online, and they ask for your phone number. I've probably got 50 missed calls over the last 2 days, and my voicemail box is about to be full. Don't give your phone number out over the internet. But yeah, the video that I'm doing today is actually, or the video that I filmed this morning, that'll go up tomorrow probably. I need to edit it still, is about like feeling overwhelmed by projects and how to break them down a little bit better and like get over the hump of intimidation of like, how the hell do they expect me to do this? Or how the hell do I expect to do this? My new job was looking for a senior developer and they hired me even though I'm far from senior. Don't let it. Yeah, for sure. Show that you're willing to learn. Show that you're like passionate about it, that you have like a fire. Dude, it's not. Yeah, tech is like so lackadaisical when it comes to like requirements. They're so chill about it that like sometimes they don't know what they want. Sometimes they can't find what they want. Like there are places that want super senior developers in React and there aren't any in the area, and if you have a little bit of knowledge of React, you're better than a lot of candidates. And so yeah, it's wild. Hello, Mr. Boston. I do feel ready, except there's no market in my area, Louisiana, so my only option would be a remote job as I have no means to move right now. I know Node, React, and a bit of Angular, so I think I'm ready. Yeah, it sounds like you have like a good base. What part of Louisiana are you in? Does New Orleans not have a lot? I mean, I guess if you're not in New Orleans. But yeah. I already tried from Morocco, was still behind restaurants and agencies, still don't care about creating websites. I already work in a company as a full stack web developer and I want to start working as a freelancer too. So if you're international, Mohammed, I mean, there's definitely like websites like Elance and stuff like that. But yeah, I don't have a good way to tell you, especially if you're overseas, like it's a whole different world. Like legally and stuff, it's hard to give advice on freelancing for me just because I haven't been there. Little luck on Odesk, but it's kind of a time sink and a race to the bottom on price. Yeah, that's the problem with all of those websites, right? Like Fiverr, and they just crush the market when it comes to pricing. Thanks, CJ Crew. What's up, Clara? Hey, if you guys like books or fantasy, like cosplay type stuff, and books, and like fantasy books, and like YA books, and like books in general, Clara Reads Books is in the chat, and she's super dope and has a channel. Go subscribe to her. She's one of the first people that I was friends with on YouTube. We used to do a live stream book club together with an Australian guy, and it was super fun back in the old days. Yeah, it's good to mix it up with fashion. I try, man. Am I familiar with Cloud9, like the professional video game team? Do I make any money off of this YouTube channel? I do make a little bit of money. Nothing crazy. Not enough to quit my job, but I do. What is up, Axel Paxel? It is cool to have you live, my dude. Yeah, Larry, of course, man. That's what it's all about. Where you can send it to me, check out, hold on, there. Instagram or Twitter, send me the link. I'll check it out for sure. What is up, Book of Flicks Taylor, another booktuber in the live stream. Yeah, if you guys want another sweet person to follow who's super into books, Book of Flicks Taylor is another one of the earliest friends on the YouTubes. I miss those live streams too, Taylor. Read, React, Repeat was that dopeness. We're trying to convince Clara to do one for the Ready Player One movie, so we'll see. We'll see if we can bring it back. Yeah, I don't have my monitor up anymore. How am I even doing this right now? There we go. Boom. Whew. Thank you, Mohammed. Thank you. So how are we doing today? How is Thursday night treating everybody? Any big plans for the weekend? Anybody into the NBA and the playoffs? Because I don't know who plays tonight, so I'm looking it up right now while there's a break in the chat. Shh, don't tell me. I'm down to talk about whatever. If you guys want to talk about anything, we can talk about football, basketball. We can talk about comics. Anybody seen the new Avengers movie? I haven't seen it yet. I swear if you put spoilers in the chat. If you put spoilers in the chat, don't do it. The Cavs play at 6. That's what's up. This stream is not going to go for another 26 minutes because the Cavs play at 6. I'm sorry, guys. I'm from Ohio. I have to support it. Been watching my videos since I started. I'm sorry. Ooh, those early videos were bad. No good. But thank you for sticking around and sticking through them for sure, my dude. How's it coming along? How is your web development learning journey gone? I get, Ramsey, Rocket NBA champions. Utah has other ideas, Ramsey. I don't know, the way the Warriors showed out the other day, it looks like them with Steph. I mean, they're the same team. They just turned it off during the regular season. I don't know. It'll be hard to beat them. Like, it's the most talented lineup ever. Go Celtics. It's amazing what the Celtics are doing, honestly, with no one and Brad Stevens. Just Brad Stevens balling out, man. Do I follow the Seahawks at all? Basically, an entire staff. Yeah. I mean, I don't like Pete Carroll because I'm an Ohio State fan, and Pete Carroll coached at USC and all of that stuff. So I'm a Bengals fan when it comes to football. So what's my motivation to learn Python, and are you taking Colt's course? So my motivation to learn Python is honestly, I want to see what all the hype's about, right? You talk to somebody now and they're like, homie, if you're trying to get into this, you have to learn Python. Like, Python's the way of the future. So I just really want to see what Python's all about. That's what I want to check out. And see if it is what it is, I don't know. I think there's some really cool data stuff that you can do with it. You can use it on the web with things like Django. And I don't know a language like that, right? Like, I'm a HTML, CSS, JavaScript junkie. That's all I got. And Python's supposed to be easy to learn. I'm a big fan of data, and I like big data projects. Like, I'd love to do some data study, with crime statistics and socioeconomic status and stuff like that, scraping government data. I think that would be really cool. Yeah, and Python developers, there's a lot of opportunity out there now. There's a lot of money in Python development. I would love to get deeper into machine learning. I think that would be really cool, so I can program the robot that takes over the world or whatever. Yeah. I've seen the Avengers. It was awesome. So here's my problem with the Avengers movie is that I haven't seen the last 4 Marvel movies, and I don't know why. Hi, Aaron. Just celebrated my first year as a professional web developer. Congratulations, George. I love the name George, by the way. It's my grandfather's name. Coming in all I really knew was HTML and CSS. Got the job because I wanted to learn and showed it. Thanks for being there for me. Absolutely, my dude. You're not the first person who I've heard that. I have a friend, a guy who shows up to my Twitch streams all the time. He got a job after going halfway through one Udemy course because he basically wrote to the people and were like, give me a chance and you won't be let down. And he convinced them of that. And he's now got a job. and he's doing like real work on real apps that people are really using. So, you know, it's a real thing. It can actually happen. Ooh, I mean, how can you hate the Bengals, man? Unless you're a Steelers fan, then I get it. But like, we're bad. I'm one of those guys that avoids trailers. Yeah, I do too. Oh wait, I missed something. I missed some things. Sorry, guys. What are some things you don't need to Google anymore? I don't need to Google how to set up an HTML document. That's pretty cool. I don't need to, like, I can do most of the array functions in JavaScript now. I know, like, I would say, what is it? Maybe a year ago, I had to look up every ES6 thing, like arrow function. I had to look it up because it's not the way I learned JavaScript. String or template literals, I had to look up every time. Spread operator, I had to look up every time. Ternary operator, I had to look up every time. And I've got those things down pretty well now because I've been programming like exclusively in ES6 and React for a year or a little more now. So yeah, those are some things that just kind of like I've got. Sometimes I have to look up like Stringify, those kind of things. I have to look up local storage stuff. Like we're doing something with local storage right now. I had to look all that stuff back up. But any more than there are heroes is a spoiler in my book. That's funny. Yeah, I'll watch trailers for some movies. Like I'll watch trailers for like action thriller movies because I feel like if it's good, then there's going to be more than they can fit in the trailer. But like comedy movies, don't watch the trailers for. Superhero movies, I try not to because I don't want it to give anything away. And I also have a basic understanding of most like Marvel cinematic universe stuff because I was kind of into Marvel as a kid. So let's see. I'm trying to sharpen my skills on responsive websites and learn some vanilla JavaScript. Then I will start learning React. That's what's up, my man. That is what's up. Yeah, make sure you know how to build a responsive website. Make sure you know about media queries and CSS. It's a super important modern skill. Ramsey. A Ravens fan. I wanted the Bengals to take Lamar Jackson so bad. And then y'all got him. Like, he's going to be in my division now for the next 10 years. This sucks. Joe Flacco's garbage. Got a handout to band practice. Amber, that's awesome. What do you play? You're probably gone already, but if you are still here, I want to know what you play. I play guitar. My guitar is sitting right over there. I used to be in bands. Love music. Thanks for being so friendly and encouraging. We newbies need it. Keep up the good work. Thanks, Amber. Thanks for coming by, dropping lines. Thank you. We appreciate that over here at the Aaron and Beta Production Studios. I just start talking. I don't know what I'm saying half the time, guys. There's an online school that goes through those 3 languages called Lambda School. Somebody was just talking about Lambda School. Cloud9 is an open source integrated development environment. I do not know it, Larry G, but I would check it out. Data science is the hot shit right now. Yeah, big data. People have a ton of data and they don't know how to like completely monetize it yet. So the person that figures that out is going to be crazy rich. Junior full stack developer in Kenya, but will be joining IBM Research in Nairobi as a SWE intern. Any advice on moving from web dev to research kind of software engineering? Man, I've never worked in that environment, but here's the thing. This is what I try to tell everybody, right? You got a job with IBM Research Africa. Like, that's crazy. And so don't feel like you're not good enough. They saw something in you to give you that opportunity. So believe in that. Hold solace in that. You're going to get it. You're going to make it happen. A friend of mine is learning machine learning. Seems to be really cool. I agree. I'm just afraid I'm not good enough at math to do it. Have you had a look at Stack Blitz? Heard about it on a podcast. Basically an online VS Code with access to NPM and starter packages for React and Angular. That's interesting. I haven't heard of this. So I know I just bought that Python course. If you follow me on Instagram, you saw me buy that or ask if I should buy it, and then I bought it. But my new obsession, if you follow me on Instagram, you may know this if you read the description to Instagram pictures, or if you just like every picture with a laptop in it, is Gatsby. I don't know if you guys know what Gatsby is, but it's a static site generator that you can use React with, and you can pull in data from like markdown files or like WordPress, use WordPress and headless CMSs as a backend. It's, I mean, it's a dream to work with. It's React. It's super fast. You can host it for nothing because it's a static site. It's, yeah, Gatsby. Check it out. It's a big purple website, Gatsby. I've been needing to make a personal website for a very, 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 very long time, and I haven't. And I've found what I'm going to make it with now. I'm going to make a Gatsby static site with a WordPress backend, and it's going to be great. Let's see. If you're teaching yourself, how long is reasonable enough to find a job? It depends on how much time you spend learning. If you're spending, like, if you're going full time learning, you're spending 50, 60 hours a week learning, then you can find a job in a couple of months. If you're learning like an hour or two a week, it might take you a year. But it really depends on how quickly you can progress and how much time you have to like dedicate to learning. Do you know about the nano degrees on web development from Udacity? Are they worth it? I've heard mixed reviews about Udacity nano degrees. They're really expensive, right? Like it's a really expensive cost for it. I've heard people rave about them, and I've heard people not be a big fan of them. I believe, I don't know if you know the channel. Let me look it up actually, because I will mess it up and then I'll feel really bad. I believe Ricky Garcia has some Udacity nano degree videos. I don't know if you guys know who Ricky Garcia is, but he is a pretty dope YouTube channel as well. Yeah, so it looks like he has... Let me throw this. This is just a random one because it's what came up first in Google. But yeah, go check Ricky's channel out. I just threw a link in there. He worked through like a whole nano degree program, I'm pretty sure, on his channel. So let's see. Does Wes use ES6 in the JavaScript 30? He sure does. It's all in ES6 vanilla JavaScript. Yeah. What is up, Patrick? Developer, my man? How's it going? I'm glad you migrated from the Instagram over to the YouTube. Starting to look for a new job to move on from my current job, doing jQuery, and want to find a job with more advanced JS. What should I start looking? Thoughts? Honestly, Indeed, React developer or Angular developer or whatever your skills are. Yeah. Where do you live, Patrick? Are you in the States? And if so, what part? But yeah, I mean, you have a job right now. You've obviously shown the capacity to like work in this kind of environment, in this sort of thing. And so that's one leg up. Now you haven't been doing like super advanced stuff because you're working with jQuery. Totally get that. But if you can provide value and show them that you know your stuff when it comes to React and if you can show them that you know React, if you know React and you can show them that, then they should see that value too. Hi, I'm trying to complete core JavaScript, but I don't know the real use of JS. Can you please give some sage how you practice? So JavaScript is used for everything on the web, on the front end, that's not the actual words and the styles. And sometimes it's used for the styles. It gets complicated. But if you click a button and it does something, if you submit a form, if you click on something and it's animated and the developers were lazy and didn't want to do CSS animations, it's probably JavaScript. The practical applications of JavaScript are you can connect backend data to the front end view and manipulate that data, send it back off, retrieve it again. So anything like that is a JavaScript use. All browsers have JavaScript as part of it. So yeah. Let's see. What's your favorite part of your work? What do you enjoy the most? Honestly, so this is really funny because it's also kind of the hardest part of my job right now. My second job, I was given I'm on my second job right now, right? I was given a blank canvas. They were like, hey, we're going to build this product. We're going to sell it. And it's not built yet. It's vaguely designed, but we want to change it. and it's all yours. Here are the keys. Build that. That's amazing to me, right? Like they gave me the keys to the castle, and I'm building a product that people are going to charge money for. And I have the support of a senior developer, and I have the support of a product guy, and I have the support of a PM, all of whom are amazingly supportive and amazingly nice. And I get to work with them on a daily basis, and I get to build this thing and create this thing. And then after that, because of my role, I get to assist sales people to sell this product because I'm going to be working with them on a day-to-day basis too. So that's just really awesome in my opinion. Just giving a blank slate, like I get to create something. That's what I love, right? I have a creative writing degree, right? I like to create worlds. I like to create things. And so that's what I found when I found programming. I got to be creative. I got to create. I got to build. And I got paid for it. I mean, you can't get better than that. Let's see. Just finished up the HTML, CSS portion of Free Code Camp. Don't think I want to get into the bootstrap stuff until I have a more solid foundation. Might hit the Code Academy, HTML, CSS next. Yeah, that's absolutely a great way to do it. If you have a ton of time, like if you have a long weekend or some days off work, sign up for a free trial of Treehouse and just bust through as much of the Treehouse content as you can because it's free for 7 days or 14 days, I think. My advice to all new devs is to work on projects, any project. That's the only way you learn things like any other skills. So in development, practice and repetition is what will make all the difference. Absolutely. Every course that I recommend on Udemy is project-based. That's why I love Udemy, and that's why I love courses that are project-based, because you're building actual things. And that's what programming is about. See, it's great to learn how to run a for loop and having a coding challenge where you run a for loop. That's dope. And that's going to help you pass whiteboard coding exercises. But if you can't practically apply that for loop when you get data in from a system and then you need to loop over that data so that you can create LIs so that it can be shown on the document inside of the window, then the for loop is useless, right? So having project-based courses is the way to go because you learn the fundamentals and then you learn the practical application of those fundamentals. So got a CS degree 2 years ago, but already had a 6-figure, so I lost the comment. So I never pursued a coding job. Now I doubt I can pass a coding interview. Code every day, people. If you don't, that's, yeah, I can imagine. So I built like this fully functioning, like pretty intricate front-end app in Angular 1. I guarantee you, if you said, here's $1 million if you can build anything in Angular 1, I'd be like, bleh. You lose. I don't know about Angular 1 anymore. I have used React Native, Jenna. I actually bought a React Native course, and then so this is embarrassing. Shit. Okay, so I bought a React Native course. I started to work through it. The problem is I was doing it on my old laptop. Yeah, it's literally right here. It's a 2012 MacBook Pro. And to do React Native, you need Xcode, and Xcode destroyed that computer. It barely ran iMovie. If you remember, after I lost my first job, round 3, got it. I was editing on my old laptop again, and it could barely run iMovie. It would crash every 30 seconds, and it did not run Xcode at all. But yeah, I bought a course. Andrew lost my headphones. Andrew Mead's React Native course on Udemy. What did you show employers if you don't have a personal site? They didn't want to see a portfolio? I had a portfolio. I just took it down. But I had one, so I used that. Oh, and if you're talking about for my second job, I had a personal site then that I used, which was the original one that I just redeployed and added one thing from my new job. Are you working as a front end? So I work partially as a front end dev, partially as like a intermediary between sales and product, partially as an intermediary for the technological side of potential clients and our sales guys. I wear a lot of hats at work, but I do code, and most of my day is coding, writing React and TypeScripty things. Have to get back to neuroscience quizzes, but I just wanted to drop in and say, you JS machine learning, dude, that's dope. I want to learn about JS machine learning. If you have information on that, feel free to send it my way, Zeke. But thanks for showing up, man. Marios, you're Greek too. I'm not Greek. Get him to the Greek. Good movie. I got very lucky in getting hired for my front-end skills, and I am essentially a front-end dev. That's my responsibility, but the beauty is that I work in a small department, and we develop both. That's cool. Thanks, Jonathan. Thank you, thank you. If I started doing portfolio reviews, that's someone else's corner, Jonathan. That is Coding Phase's corner. He does, like, live stream portfolio reviews all the time, doesn't he? Or he used to. Yeah, I don't know, like, I've never worked in hiring when it comes to development. I can give you ideas. I can tell you if I like the design or not, but I'm not always the best at that, so. Patrick, you're in the States, New York. Well, that's a good place to be, man. Just start applying to places. Show your confidence, show your, like, willingness to learn. Desktop and web applications, .NET. Oh, God, .NET. I've heard bad things. Do you like it, George? Do you like it? Can you share your portfolio with us? We want some inspiration for portfolio for self-taught developers. It's down and on the old computer. I keep losing my headphones. It's on my old computer, which is not mine anymore. It's my wife's. Yeah, but I'm building a new one. It should be up by end of June, I'll say. I'm building it with Gatsby. If you guys missed that part of it, I'm super, super excited about it. Is Treehouse really worth it in the end? If it teaches you stuff, I kept my Treehouse membership for a year, and every once in a while I'll sign up for another month. It depends on if I'm trying to learn something right at that moment or not. If I'm trying to learn stuff in that moment, then I'll sign up for Treehouse and I'll see if it's something that I want. And if it's not, then I don't pursue it. And if it is, I'll usually work through the Treehouse course, at least part of it, and then find a Udemy course that's a deeper dive with more content, is what I usually do. What was my first ever project? Wait, hold on. Missed something. Do you recommend any tech meetups in RTP? Yes. Ramsey's also in RTP. He said Momentum Learning. Momentum is a boot camp that replaced the boot camp that I went to. They're super cool. You could check their meetups out. I am not super involved with it anymore. But yeah, they are cool people. I love the people at Momentum. And then I know the Modern Web people. If you ever see a Modern Web meetup, Triangular JS, I've been to a few times. Yeah, I'm really into the RTP. Or I have never felt weird or out of place or like looked down upon at any meetup in RTP. Also, if you're looking for a job and you're in the RTP area, check out Big Top IT. They put on events where they bring in employers and they try to pitch you as opposed to you trying to pitch them. It's a super dope event. Jenna, I saw that Instagram that iMovie was working better on your iPad than your computer. I'm thinking about getting an iPad, actually, like one of the new ones that works with the pencil. I would really like one. I want to... never mind. Yeah, I want an iPad. I want an iPad. Angel, I'm glad you like it. Thank you very much. And yeah, so I going to be doing this once a week on Wednesdays at 5. Let's see. What type of music do you code to? Right now, Larry G, I listen to exclusively Bonnaroo music. I have a playlist that's just like 100 songs of artists that are going to be at Bonnaroo, and I just truck away at that. I used to always say, and it's still true, if I ever get stuck, if I ever get like blocked by code, it's going to sound silly, but my key to getting over a blocker, and this is the 2 biggest times I've ever been stuck at code, this has worked for me. I step away from my computer. I put these headphones on because these are the ones I use now. I turn the volume all the way up and I put on just like the most hardcore gangster rap I can find. Like 90s, like NWA, Wu-Tang. I'll put on Kendrick sometimes. Like, yeah, usually Tupac. And just bump it and like get into it. And then I figure it out. It's weird. Also, if you're wondering why I'm doing this, I can hear my voice back through here, so I can make sure that this thing isn't messed up. And if I listen to it in both, then I feel like I talk weird. So yeah, but that's it's mostly Bonnaroo music. So bands that I'm super excited to see when I'm at Bonnaroo, Sylvan Esso, Alt J, Bon Iver. They're playing 2 shows, which is super cool. The Killers, Muse, Eminem's going to be there. T-Pain is going to be there. Talk about a blast from my past. Let's see, Brockhampton. If you like rap or you like hip hop, Brockhampton, don't sleep on them. All one word, Brockhampton. Brockhampton, check it out. They are amazing, and they're going to be there. They're playing a show at like 2 in the morning. I'm super stoked on. What else? Moon Taxi, The Revivalists. Yeah, all of those bands I'm listening to. I used to feel the same way as you. By the way, before, if some posts did not make sense, it's because they were intended for another person. I saw that. Yeah. It clicked eventually. Been coding for 6-7 years. Still don't have a job. I know HTML, CSS, JS, React, and now learning Node. Where are you, JavaScripter? Are you in a place where there's just not jobs? Or, I mean, if it's 6 or 7 years part-time, you're only learning every once in a while. It makes sense, but... Or if you're in, like, I don't know, North Dakota. But yeah, I mean, maybe put yourself out there a little bit more, my dude. Triangle Adult Junior Devs. Look them up on Slack. I have not checked that out. Oh, yeah. Also, there's a Slack community. Ramsey, do you know the Slack, the Triangle Developer Slack? Is it just called Triangle Developers? It might just be called, here, I might have it on my phone. I'll look it up. There's a Slack for people in the Triangle. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, I keep saying the Triangle and Ramsey's talking about it. The Triangle is an area of North Carolina centered around Raleigh, Durham, and Chapel Hill. And there's a bunch of tech companies around here, so. But yeah, let me see if I have the Triangle Slack. Yeah, it's just Triangle Devs. So triangledevs.slack.com. If you're in this area, it's a dope Slack group. New Jersey, my man. New Jersey seems like a place where there should be jobs. What's going on? Is there any particular reason why you haven't found a job yet that you know of? Have you identified that? Have you heard feedback or anything like that? I am just checking the stream health again. I keep forgetting to do this. I really should just leave this up so I can tell. So I can tell whether it's good or not. Dang, we got up to 44 people in this at one point. That's pretty wild, dudes. I appreciate y'all showing out. Now, I do see there's one problem, guys. One problem in the chat. We have 26 people here. We've had a ton of people stop in and leave. There's only 17 likes on this video. If you could hit that like button and sell out. Like this video. It makes me smile. You guys know the deal. Deny after deny, try to give feedback, but they don't reply. That's so weird, my dude. Like, I feel like, I mean, it might just be different geographic regions, but dude, I feel like people are so friendly about telling us why down here. Like, I ask and like I get feedback, and everybody is happy that I asked. They're like, "This is the greatest. You asked. It shows that this, and this." Also, I do put myself out there. Check my Insta at JavaScripter. I'm pretty... Don't I follow you on Instagram? I feel like I do. And if I don't, then I've seen your posts, like, cross-posted. But putting yourself out there on Instagram isn't exactly the best way to find a job, usually. Right? It's going to be, like, applying to a ton of places, like, over and over and over again. It's just really weird. Like, that's a long time. Especially in New Jersey, because it feels like there should be a lot of opportunity there. And I didn't follow you, but I've definitely seen your posts. Just followed back. Yeah, if you guys aren't here and you're not following me on Instagram or Twitter, they're right there. 937 Aaron. It's not the same. There is an Aaron and Beta account that I own, but I didn't feel like trying to switch the branding. Sorry, guys. That's marketing 101, and I'm like ignoring that advice. But so I am going to wrap this live stream here. These will probably typically be around 45 minutes to an hour. So yeah, next week, Wednesday, 5 o'clock, because Wednesday I always work from home, except for this week because my boss was in town. So Wednesdays at 5 o'clock is going to be part 2 of this developer chat series, right? So we'll come hang out and talk and chat, and we'll see if there's any NBA games or whatever. We'll talk about whatever. So yeah. Anyways, so usually about an hour, 45 minutes. It's now 6:03. The Cavs are about to start playing, so I got to go. So here's the thing. If you guys watch my video talking about trying to get to 10K in the big live stream that I'm going to do, like a 10-hour long live stream or a 12-hour long live stream, I really, really, really want to make that happen. But I got to get to 10K. And there's going to be a ton of giveaways, like a giveaway an hour and then a really big one right in the middle. And I want to do that. So if you like this live stream, hit that thumbs up button. Leave a comment after the live stream is over. And share this video on Twitter and Instagram if you want to. If you're feeling spicy, share this video. I'm about to get an AMSR, whatever that is. If you like this video. Okay, that's weird. Yeah, so anyways, I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day. If you have any other questions, anything like that, leave them in the comments below. Make sure you come back to the channel tomorrow. I'm going to have a video. It's going to be complaining about this live stream setup that you're watching right now that I filmed this morning. And also talking about being intimidated by big projects that you're trying to build on your own and not knowing in which direction to go and how to get over that hump and get started at least to try to build something. So I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day. Check me out tomorrow. Check me out next Wednesday. And I will be putting out 2 videos next week too. Also, I'm trying to film a really special video this weekend. We'll find out if I get it done or not. But yeah, make sure you check back next week. And yeah, talk to you guys soon. And